funky beat. Sun is shining, Rachel brings the heat. Wake up CEO, we're on repeat. Chicago, Sun Up City on the go. Rachel L. Gary on the radio. Tune in quick, hear the power flow. Wake up CEO, it's your daily show. Wake up, start the day with zeal. Rachel's got the vibe, that's the real deal. CEO, it's time to feel the thrill. Morning grind, press play and chill. From the windy city, bringing major vibes. Rachel on the mic, keeping lives revived. Radio Chicago, where dreams arise. Wake up CEO to the skies. No more snooze button, no more delay. Rachel's voice making waves today. Feel the energy Chicago way. Wake up CEO, rise and sway. Wake up, start the day with zeal. Rachel's got the vibe, that's the real deal. CEO, it's time to feel the thrill. Morning grind, press play and chill. Wake up, start the day with zeal. Hey, Rachel's got the vibe, that's the real deal. CEO, it's time to feel the thrill. Morning grind, press play and chill.
This is Dr. Carolyn Stevens, the CEO of the BHC Media Group. And when you are looking for a strategy for self-leadership, get aligned with Wake Up CEO with host Rachel L. Gary every Wednesday from 3 to 5 p.m.
You know what time it is? Every Wednesday, 3 to 5, my Radio Chicago, Rachel L. Gary in the building. Wake up, CEO, let's go! Wake up, go Sam, set that tone. Wake up, every step you take, you claim that throne. Wake up, no more doubt, no time to stall. Wake up, boss up now, go get it on. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in. Wake up, I ain't waiting, now I go and take it. Built this from the ground, no way they break it. Consistency, my secret, watch me make it. Got that boss talk, nah I ain't faking no. Lost, set the goal, now I'm grabbing the goal. And put in the work, now I'm taking control. The vision so clear, yeah I already know. Every step I take, I'm ready to blow. Wake up, set that tone. Every step you take, you claim that throne. No more doubt, no time to stall. You boss up now, go get it all. Let's go, stay locked in, make it happen. Make it happen. Let's go, stay locked in, make it happen. Make it happen. No handouts, yeah I made my way. Built my brand, now I paved my lane. I turn my losses into lessons. Now my grind got no recession. Yeah, they talk about chance, but I make my own. Yeah, I ain't waiting for fate, got a future to own. Yeah, every setback, just part of the game, game. But now I'm up and they know my name. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in. Wake up. Success so sexy, put the work in flexi. Late nights, no rest, but now my vision's hefty. They doubted, they laughed, now they watch from the back. Cause I turned every dream into bricks that stack. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, go get it all. Every Wednesday, 3 to 5, my Radio Chicago. Rachel L. Gary taking you to the top. Boss up, boss you, boss up now, go get it all. Yeah, every Wednesday, 3 to 5, my Radio Chicago.
Hey there, CEOs. Welcome to Wake Up CEO with your host, Rachel L. Gary. You know what this is. This is the 2-hour power pack wake up call to step into your full potential. My mission, guys, here is simple: to speak candid truth to empower your inner CEO. That one that is clear in your actions, empowered by your choices, and owning your direction. To be the CEOs of your life. I want you guys to stay locked in for the CEO question of the day. Also, that power statement of the day. And we got checking in with us today, locked in with us right here on Wake Up CEO in the Author's Corner. We have Kassaundra Hester, who will be jumping in with us in the Author's Corner. And the last, Leadership 3-Point Play, powered by Say I'm Possible Academy, where self-leadership gets GPS. And you know what we do on Wake Up CEO. We're going to give everybody an opportunity to get in, let the algorithms catch up. And we're going to start with God Energy.
Love is the language and the frequency that continues to grow and expand all consciousness. Peace.
Affirmations daily, you should join in. Love is the vibe and we own it. The universe been talking to the chosen. The universe been talking to the chosen. God energy, God energy. Everything inside of me, you feel the frequency. God energy, God energy. Everything inside of me, you feel the frequency.
You amazing, you should say it, you so powerful. You got us, you got love, you got life in you. You got peace, you got joy, you got gratitude. You don't stress, you manifest, time to make a move. When life need change, I can make it wish. Stop believing in yourself, cause them haters did. It's all on you to create the vision. Let's go past the sky, I hate to sit. I am a God, you are a God, it's just a peace party, we all vibe. Had to go inside to get out my body, with this God energy all on my body.
God energy, God energy. Everything inside of me, you feel the frequency. God energy, God energy. Everything inside of me, you feel the frequency. Affirmations daily, you should join in. Love is the vibe and we own it. The universe been talking to the chosen. The universe been talking to the chosen. God energy, God energy. Everything inside of me, you feel the frequency. God energy, God energy. Everything inside of me, you feel the frequency.
You can feel the vibe, I word on me. Every day, grand rising, ain't nobody morning. You can change it all, this life is yours. When you're rich in spirit, you ain't never poor. Sitting on blessings, all I gotta do is manifest. The universe speak to my soul, I feel a presence. Know who you are and take control of where you headed. I say, peace to the gods and the goddess on the planet. I meditate on the daily. This type of peace is amazing. You are a carbon, baby. Let's raise the vibration.
God energy, God energy. Everything inside of me, you feel the frequency. God energy, God energy. Everything inside of me, you feel the frequency. Affirmations daily, you should join in. Love is the vibe and we own it. The universe been talking to the chosen. The universe been talking to the chosen. God energy, God energy. Everything inside of me, you feel the frequency. God energy, God energy. Everything inside of me, you feel the frequency.
All right, and welcome back to Wake Up CEO. I appreciate everybody who is now checking in. Y'all get in the room. Let's get into it. Because on Wake Up CEO, we're not holding anything back. We are jumping right in. For the power statement of the day, resilience is brilliance in action. The way you rise is proof you're unstoppable. Let's get into it, CEOs. So I want you guys to see that question of the day. Want to make sure that as you come in, please answer the questions. Are you really afraid if you run away? Now this is and as we go through the show, I'm going to expound a little bit on why I'm asking. Are you really afraid if you run away? So today's show is about how to get past, how to be brilliant in your resilience. So we're gonna unlock resilience, and we're gonna show you how to be brilliant in your move towards the best version of the CEO that is you. So we got people checking in. Bruce checking in. Let's go, CEO. Thank you. Thank you. We have Amber Penn checking in. Fire. Thank you for checking in with me today. So, guys who are still watching, if you guys are watching live on Facebook or YouTube, please drop in the chat your thoughts on the question of the day, because we want to make sure that we stay locked in. So are you really afraid if you run away? And I let you guys think about what type of fear makes you run away. So we're going to jump into the first segment of the show, which is clarity. Because you know, on Wake Up with CEO, we start off being clear. How do we grow CEOs? You got to be clear in your actions, empowered by your choices, and owning your direction. So we're going to get clear. We're going to start dissecting the autonomy of resilience. So resilience itself is a shock. It sometimes happens in rejection, failure, or a no. Guys, that's the moment we get frustrated. Fear creeps in and doubt starts knocking at the door. But let's unpack a no. If someone says no to a proposal that you're proposing, says no to you for a promotion that you're looking for, if a companion says no to a date, what does that really mean? Does it mean that you didn't get what you wanted? Or is it setting you up for being able to get what you really need? Come on now. I want y'all to get into that. Because sometimes we're looking for that yes when that yes isn't meant for us. That person isn't meant for us. That promotion that we want isn't meant for us. But we want it. I know. When you want it, you like, man, I want that promotion. I need that extra money in my bank account. And as somebody who's been promoted several times in my career, that check is awesome. But whoa, that responsibility. So sometimes the no and the original shock of hearing the word no, that setback hits you hard. But to be resilient, this is where, when the word no happens, assess. It's nothing wrong with assessing the word, the reason why the no was given, the reason why they said they didn't want to go out, the reason why you didn't get the promotion. And as you analyze those things, now, I'm not saying, remember, I'm candid on Wake Up CEO. So being candid on Wake Up CEO means that I know that sometimes it's outside forces that are keeping you from making things happen. But I'm going to use a couple of examples. Madam C.J. Walker. She was the first recorded female millionaire. She wasn't the first, but she was the first recorded millionaire. She lived next door to the Rockefellers in a time where women could barely vote. They couldn't even vote yet. Where black people were being ostracized. She made $1 million business. In today's money, that would be almost $1 billion business. What? And she did this in a time when it was said that we could not. The resilience that she had to bring into herself on a daily basis just to get through a day. How many doors were slammed in her face? How many no's did she hear? How many stops did they tell her? How many times they said, you're not going to live next to the Rockefellers? Yet and still, her house was right next door. she played tennis with the Rockefellers. Now, let me just talk about why I brought it up. Because the no's just made her, listen for it, pivot. All it made her do was pivot. And once she pivoted, she made more money. So sometimes those no's are setting you up for what truly is for you. Because it's not the no, it's your response to the no. If your first reaction is immediate despair, or you are immediately in your feelings, you're not giving your brain an opportunity to work on bringing that no to a yes. So to navigate brilliance in your resilience, we have to figure out how to respond when things don't go our way. Because believe me, life is not going to go our way every time. And in all honesty, life is always going your way every time. Because that no allows you to reframe. And when you reframe, you're, instead of saying, why me? As you being brilliantly resilient, you say, what's the message here? What can I carry forward from that no? That's when we're being brilliant in the things that are going to come our way. The obstacle that's going to happen. It's going to happen. Guys, it's happening. It's going to happen. Don't think it's not, it is. Obstacles are, to me, I'm going to be honest, for me, I relish the obstacle. Because when the obstacle happens, I'm like, okay, what do I need to learn? What do I need to do better? And how do I need to grow? And when I'm thinking of it from that standpoint, that gives you an opportunity to allow your mind to actually work. Allow your mind to, I'm going to be honest, think about it like this, guys. If you put the problem in ChatGPT or whichever AI system you're utilizing, you put that problem in there and it gives you an answer. But you didn't have to use your thoughts to get to that result. What do you think happens to your brain when a situation happens where you don't have opportunity to get to ChatGPT? I'm not against technology, guys. I'm a big on utilizing things to enhance my thoughts, not to restrict my ability to think. I want to say that again. I'm huge on utilizing tools to enhance my thoughts, but not restricting my ability to think. Those are two separate entities. And if ChatGPT is going to restrict me from being able to think, that's a no for me. That's a no. That's a no. And it's okay. It's okay that you have to say no sometimes to situations. And it's okay that people say no to you. Because that no is setting you up for what's better down the road. So we got people we got people checking in online. Let's go back up. I got a lot of messages in there. I appreciate you guys. Fossil say yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Fossil, for checking in. We got Bruce. Today morning, I was like, I don't need advisor. I need Budweiser. He said, but you helped me not run away by understanding the situation better and gave a direction post clarity. No afraid, but it's just a phrase. Absolutely. I appreciate you, Bruce, and I'm glad that I was able to assist this morning. We all go through days. We all go through days, guys. I don't want anyone to believe that you're not going to go through a day where things are going to run smoothly. Life, sometimes when life isn't running smoothly is when you really get to find out who you are. So as you guys are in the live, do me a favor. I want to make sure that more people know about Wake Up CEO. So everybody who's on live, do me a favor. Hit the share button. And share this to your page, share this to those other pages out there, because the more people who are thinking like you in your circle, the better results that are happening around you. Remember, we are comprised of the 5 people we spend the most time with. Make sure the 5 people you spend the most time with are listening to some of the same things you are for growth, development, and success. So hit that share button, everybody. Take an opportunity. One share doesn't cost a person a thing. And guarantee you, all they're going to get is positivity. They're going to get that message of positivity, that message of encouragement, that message of empowerment, that message of ownership. Because that's all we talk about on Wake Up CEO. We about growth over here. How we growing, which way we growing, how we making it happen every time. How when things knock us down, we get back up. How when we fail, failure is just a stumbling block for us to learn from. That's what we doing on Wake Up CEO. We're going to just be transparent. And we got Steve checking in. I hear that. And we have the CEO Circle who joined in today. Thank you guys very much. For people who do not know what the CEO Circle is, that is part of the CEO Mastermind. And that is, just to share a little bit of information, that is part of my new network called CEO State of Mind. And I currently am doing a show. My bad, a TV show, guys. I want to make sure you guys know. So I'm doing a TV podcast on my new network, CEO State of Mind. And today we had a couple of the coaches from that program check in. Steve Edwards happens to be one of them. Amber Penn happens to be one of them. I appreciate them checking in after our long conversation last night where we were, and you guys can check that out starting September 1st on, you can go to Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, Android TV, and download the BHC app. When you download that app, we will be on there starting September 1st. Look up CEO State of Mind, and that's where we'll be. There, waiting, willing, and equipped with tools to bring and assist with success. Guys, I'm going to tell you, we had some breakthroughs on that show. I appreciate the coaches having a conversation candidly while we were going through the book, #Poverty to Six Figures. And all of that was about being resilient. Today, I had a moment to be resilient. I got an email from someone who read my book and did not get a win from the book. And immediately, when I read the email, I'm going to be honest, transparency. Remember, I'm transparent, candid, right here on Wake Up CEO. When I first read the email, I said, okay. And my first reaction was, I noticed that the person hadn't done any of the action steps, which is what they stated in the email, that they will do some of those action steps because they sounded good. And I thought to myself, there are many people who are going to read the book and not remember that it's an action book. This is like, you know how you had those old comic books where someone's going, pow, bam, all those action words are on there, all those adjectives are there. So it's the same with #Poverty to Six Figures. After every chapter, there's an action plan. So when I read the original email, I was originally thinking to myself, they didn't do the action steps. So I was talking to one of the members from CEO Mastermind, and they were like, okay, we're already doing a show to give a little more insight into the book. Let's make sure that we remain positive. Remember who Coach Rachel is. And that is about having a circle of people who want your success, who are looking for you to be successful. Because that reminded me who I am. Take that in, everybody. Take that in. If your circle, so the email itself could have been, depending on what my circle was like, could have been, oh yeah, they don't know what they're talking about. They didn't even read it. And that portion would have been how I took it in. as opposed to, hey, we're already doing things, we already got steps in place, we're already moving towards providing that extra hand for somebody who's reading the book. That's about surrounding yourself with those positive people. Because that positive person reset my mind back to who I am and what I'm doing. So I thank Bruce for having that conversation. Now, who in your circle are you surrounding to help you deal with the resilience as things hit you? Are the people in your circle pushing you towards a successful outcome or keeping you stagnant, laying in the situation? Because if you're not able to reframe when something challenges you, or when the no comes, or when the rejection comes, or when you fail, if you don't have someone with you reminding you to reframe that thought, utilize this as a lesson, change what you're doing, then you will fall prey to either reacting to the situation or constantly repeating that failure, repeating that rejection, repeating that no. I want success on my team, guys. I want y'all to want success on your team. Team success, 1,000% over here. So right now we have the entire Mastermind Season 1 is based off the book #Poverty is Six Figures. So if you have not got your copy yet, begin your success at www.sayiampossible.com. Thank you for dropping that in the chat, CEO Coach Rohat. Thank you. So at the end of the day, that's what it's really about. It's about us staying focused on the main thing being the main thing. And the main thing is to get past the obstacle and reset. Today, when I was having the conversation, Bruce and I we were both talking, and we agreed that he needed a couple of days of reset. That's a self-care. You need those opportunities to reset, start thinking, being one with you. Dust yourself off, man. It's okay. You fail. How many times kids fall and dust themselves off and want to play again? We as parents like, oh my God, they cut. They bleeding. They done dusted themselves off, got dirt on the cut, and they done ran on down the block. Kids show the resilience that as an adult we forget. As a kid, we fell hundreds of times. We got bruised, we got up, and we got moving to whatever we wanted to still do. Why, as an adult, do we not do those same things? Y'all gotta just let me know. If you listening to this on Facebook or YouTube, drop in the chats. Why, when we become an adult, why as an adult, we don't remember to just dust ourselves off and keep going? We get stuck in that we got cut. We got stuck that we failed. We got stuck that someone said no. How many times have you took your kid to the store and told them no, they cannot have any candy? How many times do they ask you? You say, no, y'all can't have that candy. No, I'm not buying those chips. No, I'm not buying that cereal. No, I'm not doing this. They ask you 20 more times until you get fed up. Some parents get fed up and hey, go to the car. Oh, I'm not bringing these kids to the store anymore. But they don't stop asking until we put fear into them. Listen to what I'm saying to you guys. They don't stop asking you for what they want until you put the fear of you gonna get your butt whooped, you going to the car, you never gonna go to the store with me again. If you ask me one more time, you're not gonna watch TV. There's some ramification for them asking you one more time. So in life, the fear of a consequence stops us dead in our tracks. As opposed to, I want what I want and I'm moving forward. So you want to reset with strategy. We're not just going to reset, dust ourselves off and get back up and do the same thing. We're going to dust ourselves off because the difference between when we were kids as adults, we have a little more information. Sometimes more information isn't a good thing. I just want to say that. Sometimes you can have more information, but we want to be resilient. Being brilliant in our resilience means that we set up, when we fall down, we set up with a plan. Chess, not checkers. We're gonna think those 4 steps ahead, so we know that we trying to get the king, we trying to get the promotion, we trying to get the girl, or sorry, get the spouse, girl, male or female, whichever way, get the partner, have that career that we're looking for. So just because the first person said no, or the first road that we took said no, doesn't mean that we don't come again with a different strategy. Because you don't want to come back the same. You want to come back different. If you ask for a promotion once and you don't get the promotion, and you ask yourself, if you are introspective, you'll think, okay, why didn't I get the promotion? I want to take away race, color, and sexuality, and sex or sexuality. Take that off the table. Let's take that part out. What can I do to make sure I'm next in line for a promotion? When you think from the solution base, then you come up with a plan. And no, you're not going to be doing the same things you were doing before you asked for the promotion. Now you're going to come up with a new set of, not say tactics, a new set of strategy of how to get the same thing that you wanted. And it might not even be at the same company, but you have to change the mindset that you have so you can get what you want. Players Club time. So, I mean, that's how you make the difference. And you set yourself up to be brilliant in your resilience. I have Mrs. Gary, that is the love of my life, checking in. Hello, hello, CEOs. Thank you for joining me, beautiful. And we have Behind Every Mother's Smile is a story the world doesn't see. The book finally tells it. Farron McLemore's The Voice of a Mother's Pain is powerful beyond words. Get your copy here at author Farron McLemore.myshopify.com. Awesome author. She will be right here on Wake Up CEO in the upcoming months. This on the Author's Corner. Be ready. The story is very touching. So if you want to get that book ahead of time so you can be prepared to ask questions, she will be on the show in mid-October. She will be on the show the second week of September. Be ready, because she's going to bring some powerful information for you. Thank you for dropping that down, Bruce. So, as we're getting clear and we unpack the autonomy of resilience and we understand what we need to do to make sure that we come back different for that resilience, I want you guys to let that sink in, and we're going to get to Mellow Take the Wheel, because you know what? It's already yours anyway. Let's get to it. It's Already Mine by Mellow Take the Wheel.
Mellow, take the wheel.
Whatever I want, it's already mine. Gratitude. Yes. Hey, I want it, I get it, I got it, I got it. I'm one with the spirit, I'm got it, I'm got it. I planted a seed and forgot it. I know you just seen what just sprouted. Yeah, everything that I desire, get excited just cause I'm sure. Less distractions keep my mind pure. Yeah, reminder, I want it, I get it, I got it, I got it. I'm one with the spirit, I'm got it, I'm got it. I planted a seed and forgot it. I know you just see what just sprouted. Yeah, everything that I desire. Get excited just cause I'm sure. Less distractions keep my mind pure. Yeah, reminder, I'll never forget this again. Was born with a gift from within. I give me a grip on a pen and give you a hit to the chin. I turn my dream into reality so they see that it's possible. Connecting with the inner, you really get the most out of it. Yeah, abundance is all that I focus on. So grateful, so much to be grateful for. I make some money, then go make some more. Create, cause that's what I'm created for. I go beyond the limits, no more boundaries. The sky is just the image, and see we control what clouds we see. I got it. I'm one with the spirit, I'm got it. I planted a seed and forgot it. I know you just seen what just sprouted. Everything that I desire. Get excited just cause I'm sure. Less distractions keep my mind pure. Yeah. Reminder, I want it, I get it, I got it. I'm one with the spirit, I'm got it. I planted a seed and forgot it. I know you just seen what just sprouted. Everything that I desire. Get excited just cause I'm sure. Less distractions keep my mind pure. Yeah, reminder. Got it. Yeah. I got it.
Welcome back to Wake Up CEO. I am your host, Rachel L. Gary, right here on my radio, Chicago. You guys got to support District Radio. If you guys can't watch the show completely and want to take it on the go, you can go to www.supportdistrictradio.stations/Chicago and take us on the go. So, or you can just watch me live on Facebook or YouTube. At the end of the day, it's about finding that show, and I'm just one of many of great shows that are on my radio, Chicago. So I appreciate you guys checking in from 3 to 5 right here on Wednesdays. But believe me, if you check in other days of the week, you're going to see really good shows, get really good content from really good hosts. Because my radio, Chicago, we got it going on right here because it's more than radio. But as we were talking about how to be brilliant in your resilience, and I appreciate everybody who's checking in. So we got Farron, the author of the book that was just posted. She said, thank you, Bruce, for putting her out there. She said, hello, CEOs. Thank you. And we have Beautiful. She chimed in again saying hello to everybody as they come into the group. I appreciate everyone taking the opportunity to jump on the live. So if you can do me a favor, if you are live right now and you look at an answer, we're going to answer that question of the day. Are you really afraid if you run away? I want you guys to think about it. Are you really afraid if you run away? So let that sink in and drop an answer in the chats if you watch this on YouTube or Facebook so we can just get into that. And I want to make sure you guys stay locked in because in the top of the second hour, we're going to have author Kassaundra Hester join us from the Author's Corner that is sponsored by Distinguished Authors Guild, where your literary excellence is celebrated. The award show is coming up November 7th. Guys, I'm going to chime in a little bit on that. As being a nominee myself, so I am nominated. Both of my books were nominated for an award with Distinguished Authors Guild. They are celebrating excellence and trying to pull out the excellence from us all. Farron McLemore is also a award-nominated author. Kassaundra Hester is also an award-nominated author. That I'm going to say this. That lets you know two things. We not in competition. We are all celebrating each other, celebrating each other's opportunity to get their version of their life, their story, a story onto a page. And being honored that someone else felt that their story touched enough in a way that it was nominated for an award. I celebrate every author who said yes to the page, yes to the pen, and made that pen work, and is now nominated for an award. So I'm not in competition with anybody at that award ceremony. As Shay elegantly said last week, and that's Shantavia Gill from Higher Levels with Shay. She was on the show last week speaking about her award-nominated book. Guys, I'm only speaking to people in my circle who are encouraging, who are moving towards excellence. Who is in your circle? You want to audit that circle. Now, if I just read the comment about Arthur Farron's book. Right now, Kassaundra Hester is going to be live right here in about 15 minutes. So I want to make sure that we understand, just because we all write a book, does not mean we're in competition with each other. We're celebrating each other, celebrating that they said they made it happen, celebrating that they're moving forward. And no matter who wins in November, no matter which one of us wins, I guarantee you every one of us are going to stand up and clap for the winner of whatever award that they were nominated for, whichever genre of book that they wrote. Because that's what you do when you are secure in your greatness. I'm not in competition with I'm only in competition with one person. The old version of Rachel L. Gary. I'm not in competition. I'm always in encouragement. I'm always in empowerment. I'm always in celebration. I'm always in collaboration. That's what you have to make sure that when you're being brilliant in your resilience, what you're standing for. You want to anchor your beliefs. Because now we're in the part of empowerment. Don't just recognize resilience. Decide it belongs to you. Say it. My bounce back will be brilliant, period. With an exclamation point. On my signature way, I put 100% in an exclamation point. Because that is what you want to say to yourself. Because what you say to yourself matters. Belief unlocks clarity in your bones. You'll feel it in your heart. So it's just not something to know. It's something you want to stand on. Being resilient is believing in you. Believing in your strengths. So we got people checking in the chat. I don't want you guys to feel as if I don't see you out there. Brilliance with resilience means not avoiding storms, but learning how to dance in the rain. Yes, yes, yes. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was dancing last week in the rain. I was soaked. If you guys are in Chicago, been in Chicago, we've had rainstorms up the wazoo, Chicagoland area, Indiana area. So, but I love the phrase of dancing in the rain. I could dance in the drizzle, but that pour down rain, I had to take a little step back. Farron says, celebrating each other's author journey. DAG nominees, it's a family. Yes, yes, and yes. Every single individual that I have met, I've had the pleasure to talk to, everyone is positive. All of us want to win the award. Do you know what it looks like to have a award-winning author on your book? I want it. I know Farron wants it. I know Kassaundra wants it. I know Shay wants it. But either I'm confident that what's for me is coming. And I know that each of them are confident in what's for them is coming. And if that happens not to be the night, there will be another night. Distinguished Authors Guild is this is their 6th year. So if this year is not a win, next year is a win. I got another book coming out at the end of 2026, so I am okay. And I'm still gonna be cheering them on. I was cheering them on last year, and I wasn't even part of the guild yet. My book hadn't even come out yet. When we were at the Distinguished Authors Guild season, 5th year last year, my book didn't come out for 2 weeks after the actual award ceremony. So I was just there in support of other authors, knowing my book was already complete, but it wasn't ready. You know, when you're an author, you gotta make sure you tie up those loose ends. You gotta make sure that you let all of that goodness come, go to those editors and have all of that information in there. You gotta make sure you take your time with it. Because I wanna make sure that at the end of the day that there's no mistakes, because they're gonna ding me for the mistakes. Because as authors are reading those books, I'm like, can't have that. You wanna put your best foot forward. And sometimes rushing and not being strategic doesn't allow you to have the same results. I want y'all to take that in, because y'all know when I take that moment on Wake Up CEO, I'm just allowing you to let that sink in. So you want to shift from pause to power. So when something happens, you want to make sure you get your clarity. It should not keep you sitting in analysis. Get clear, look at the situation, and come up with a response of a plan. So rejection, failure, and no should not stop you. It should pause your mind to think, but allow you to come up with a strategic plan to move forward. Move one step. One step, guys. One step moves you forward to where you're looking to be. Take action towards your step. Make one call. One move. Yesterday when we were inside of the CEO Mastermind, when we were taping episode 2, I made the mention of one step. If you have one task for the week, break that one task into 7 small steps so you don't feel overwhelmed or burned out. Because that's how you win. You win not overloading yourself. You win knowing when something knocks you down, of setting yourself up with a strategic plan to be able to uplift yourself again. So hold on, we got people in the chat a minute. We got Steve checking in. Thank you, Steve. You're a winning coach. Thank you. I appreciate you. Bruce, the game is not over until we all win, brother. Absolutely. You were in preparation to be nominated 2 times. Thank you. Thank you, Farron. I say this at the end of the day, I was just prepared to to show up for those authors and let them know that I appreciated the journey that I saw them on. When I was asked to be an ambassador for Distinguished Authors Guild, I said yes when the sentence hit my inbox. I said yes immediately. Because I believe in growth. I believe in working together. And I believe in turning obstacles into blueprints. And that's what you're doing when you're going from you're being brilliant in your resilience. When you're being brilliant in your resilience, you're turning that obstacle into a blueprint. So when you hit a wall, write down what it taught you and use it to design your next strategy. Strategy, not move. We're gonna break down the difference quickly. A move is just you making a step. A strategy means that you understand the next 3 moves that you plan to make. And even if a roadblock is in your way, you're already mentally prepared that something might happen. And what's strategy B? What's strategy C? Sometimes we put all our eggs in one basket. We have all our promotions. We have all of the things we want in a promotion. When sometimes it's a lesson to learn how to grow a business. Sometimes it's a lesson on how to start coaching and mentoring other people so they can find the success you had previously. You want to be strategic about what you do next. So if your money is short, this is a quick example. If your money is short, the wall didn't just block you. It gave you a blueprint to create. Budget smarter or collaborate. So that allows you to take any situation and formulate you a plan. Empowerment is shifting from I can't to how can I. And sometimes you might not know the how, but you know the what. But as you start moving forward strategically, the how will start representing itself. So we're going to jump into our last song so we can get ready for Kassaundra Hester. So I want you guys to stay locked in for the Author's Corner that is brought to you by Distinguished Authors Guild, where your literary excellence is, what do we say? Celebrated. We got Winner's Creed by Shariah Wise.
Manifest your dreams.
Every day is a blessing. I'll win, I don't never lose. I'll win, I don't never lose. I'll win, I don't never lose. I'll win, I'll win, I'll win, I don't never lose. I'll win, I don't never lose. I don't lose, I don't lessons. Every day is a blessing.
Yeah, I'm consistently in my prime. I'm thriving and feeling fine. Embodiment of divine. Self-concept rich. Winning energy and I flaunt it. Succeeding on my journey and I'm loving it. Cause I'm up right now and I'm still up next. Discerning and wise, I know how to move. Abundant options, I know which to choose. Daily progression, I always improve. I live life as a winner, so I never lose. That's positive, life is what I perceive. I do my best and let things unfold gloriously. Romanticizing every day and I'm loving on me. I'm grateful, I'm winning and my life's heavenly. Hey.
I'll win, I don't never lose. I'll win, I don't never lose. I'll win, I don't never lose. I'll win, I'll win, I'll win, I don't never lose. I'll win, I don't never lose. I don't lose, I don't lessons. Every day is a blessing. I'll win, I don't never lose. I'll win, I don't never lose. I'll win, I don't never lose. I'll win, I'll win, I'll win, I don't never lose. I'll win, I don't never lose. I don't lose, I don't lessons. Every day is a blessing.
Chris and T, affirmation gods, pushing P off the right way, elevate subconscious mind, all despite what they might say. I win, I don't never lose, habitual positive thinking. I've learned to always choose the positive side of my thinking.
First I healed myself, I started off the right way. Now I'm healing others despite what they might say. I'm a world changer, that's a guarantee. Create what I speak, now I am YD.
I'll win, I don't never lose. I'll win, I don't never lose. I'll win, I don't never lose. I'll win, I'll win, I'll win, I don't never lose. I'll win, I don't never lose. I don't lose, I don't lessons. Every day is a blessing. I'll win, I don't never lose. I'll win, I don't never lose. I'll win, I don't never lose. I'll win, I'll win, I don't never lose. I'll win, I don't never lose. I don't lose, I don't lessons. Every day is a blessing.
What more can we say? Chris and T, the collective is on the way.
I don't never lose. I'll win, I don't never lose. I don't lose, I don't lessons. Every day is a blessing.
Okay. Welcome back to Wake Up CEO. I'm your host, Rachel L. Gary, and I thank you guys for checking in with me right here on my radio, Chicago. You know what we got. We got coming up next, Author's Corner. You know, it's sponsored by Distinguished Authors Guild, where your literary excellence is celebrated. And today, we have a featured guest, a senior director at Duke University, who is honoring her mother by sharing her story. Without further ado, I want to welcome to Wake Up CEO, Kassaundra Hester. I thank you for joining me today.
Hey, how are you?
All right. So I want to say thank you for saying yes to Wake Up CEO and joining me. That's first and foremost. I want you to start, if you can just tell us a lot about Kassaundra so everyone can get in tune with who you are and what you bring into the table for us today.
All right. Well, first of all, let me go ahead and introduce myself. And first say I appreciate you even honoring me to be on your show. So thank you very much. And do you hear echo?
Sort of. Yes, I do. I was just about to say, is there a way we could talk a little different? I can't hear everything you're saying. I want to make sure that we want to make sure the listeners can hear everything that's going on about this book.
Okay. Are you back?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. All right. Speaker going right. So let's see.
Sometimes, hey, technology can do its thing sometimes. So go ahead, take your time. So for you, for guys, while Cassandra's getting her equipment all set up, that's all right. You know, we don't always be still moving around here on Wake Up CEO. So we're going to give her a second. And the name of her book is Yet Will I Trust Him? A Sidonia Rowland memoir. Guys, I am so excited to just learn more about this, especially when it's honoring a parent. And I'm one of these people who it might seem as if I'm not sentimental, but when it comes to parents, I am very sentimental. Yeah, my grandmother raised me when I was a little kid, and I always feel so honored when I'm going to write her story soon. That's going to be something that's going to be outside of my epic collection. I promised her I would write it before she passed away. So we got people checking in on you. Oh, Kassaundra, you got your sister, she checked in. And we got Farron checking in saying hello there. Yes, we're going to give her a couple of moments and we're going to go ahead with the show. We're going to let her get everything situated. So, as we're talking about being brilliant in your resilience, we have to own what we're going to do next after things happen. Because things tend to happen. Life tends to come your way. You feel knocked down by the storm. You feel as if your raincoat flew off and you're drenched in the water of the outpouring of life. But let's unpack how we get back on track. So we want to see yourself past the problem. Ownership means you stop circling the pain and start visualizing the win. Don't say I'm stuck. Say I've already made it through. This is just a process that you're of arriving. I want you guys to sit in that. Think about that. When you're owning it, you're not circling as things continually happen. You're finding a way to get past it, through it, and learn from it. So I think we got Kassaundra back in the room, so we're going to bring her back on the stage.
All right. Is that better?
Very much so. All right. Now we're going to hear about this book now, you guys. And I want So Kassaundra, please tell us a little about you.
Okay. Well, I'm just a average lady that grew up in the West in Davenport, Iowa, a Midwestern girl. I grew up very strict under tutelage with my mother, who has been my inspiration. And I must say that it has been an inspiration in a long time coming to write this book about my mother. And everything that she has taught me along the way, have been manifested in my life throughout my entire life. From the time I was a young girl and running track in skirts, going to college on a track scholarship in my skirt, up until the time I graduated and continue to move forward in my career, working in finance, until now, where I finally got enough courage to write this story about her in her life because I thought it was so inspirational. So I have 2 boys, reside in North Carolina now, former Chicagoan. So I was in Chicago for 15 years, love Chicago, miss the food greatly. But my life,
food, y'all.
Yes. So things are great for me right now. The book, I think, is well received, and it's serving its purpose of really wanting to touch lives of many people.
All right, that is, as I was saying, I don't know if you caught, I really appreciate having the opportunity to honor a parent. My grandmother, she raised me from when I was really little, and a lot of those life lessons that she taught me are what allowed me to be resilient today. And I can really appreciate when you had that opportunity to honor that person in a way that you couldn't, you might have honored when they were here, but you're able to allow the world to now see. So I'm going to take a moment from one of your storyline of creating a book for and bringing your mother to the world, that I'm going to do the same for my grandmother. So guys, it'll be coming probably in 2027, but I promised her I will write a book, and it's going to be called The Jazziest Woman from the South. So be prepared. So let's learn a little bit more about, even though your mother inspired you to write the book, what did you have to get past to actually put that story on paper?
Oh, wow. There's so much I had to get past in order to put this into writing. The first thing was fear of failing, because I know I'm not a writer. Oh, I didn't think I was a writer, and I didn't know where to begin. And I was like, okay, I know the story, but where do I start, and how do I finish? And how do I make sure that everything is going to come out the way I want it to, and it's going to be perceived like the way I feel, about her. I wanted people to perceive that. So I had to get past my own fears first, before I can even begin doing this. And second, I had to get past the shame and the pride of what others would think. Family, friends that knew me growing up, and what they would think if I put this story out there, because it's not a story that is just, sweet smelling roses. There's a lot of personal impact in this story. And I was basically putting my family on Front Street. So I went to my family to make sure that they understood, hey, I'm writing this book, and I wanted everybody to be okay with it. And that was probably one of the biggest things I had to get past as well. And the third thing was spiritually, because I was just getting pulled for years that it's time to write, it's time to write. And again, I just kept delaying that and finding every excuse in the world of not writing this book until it was God forced it on me. And when he forces something on you, you got no choice but to do it.
I want to say that to me, that I took that being very powerful. To identify that there was that, thinking of how other people will perceive your family's life as you're putting it out, because that's very similar to what I did with my first book, Forest and Fire. I'm telling a story about myself, but it's other people that are involved, and for you to be aware enough to ask those questions. I did not, because I didn't even think about the other people that were in the story, and I should have, because even though I might have masked their names, if people know me, they'll know who those people are. And I didn't think of those things when I first came out with the book, because it was really about getting it out of me and getting it to the world. So, I really have to appreciate that you had the foresight to ask that question, to talk to your family. And how did your family receive it? Did you have to convince some people to say it's all right, you can put the story out there?
Believe it or not, no, my sisters were all excited about it. I come from my family of 8. That I grew up in the household, and there's 11 of us total, though, with both my parents remarrying. But the 8 of us that grew up under the same roof, the sisters, I have 2 sisters, and they were wonderful, and they were excited about it. The brothers was a little hesitant because they were afraid of what feelings and emotions it would bring out. But they still supported me nonetheless. And I must say that I had to put my own self down and say, you know what? I want you guys to understand this is my memoir of her. Your viewpoints of what transpired in our home, in our household, and the stories I'm writing may be different. So there could be 8 versions of this memoir, kind of the same context, but maybe a different piece of it may be different because of how they interpret it. So I wanted them to understand this is just my version of what I interpreted throughout the years. So it doesn't mean that it's wrong. It's just this is what I felt and what I dealt with. But they actually, it was well received. I gave a copy of the book when it got first published to all of them for Christmas. And some of them, like I said, there's like, I had read the first couple chapters, I had to put it down. It took me a while to pick it back up. But my older sister, she was just grateful for it and a very big supporter, and still continues to push it this day, because she's kind of on the same bandwagon I am, that, hey, you know what, this is something that it needs to get out there to as many people, because it's going to bless their lives.
I really appreciate what you just said. And I want to take a step from when you were saying the 8 stories. I tend to tell people quite often, or remind people, that we can all be in a room, and we're going to all see that situation from different perspectives, because we're taking in that moment through our own perception of life. And even though we were raised, like I have 4 siblings, two that are still living. Sorry, 3 siblings, 2 that are still living, and my sister and I have 2 different perspectives of how our life was, and that's because we're all living our life through our lens. So it was really good to hear you say that there could be 8 versions of this story, because each of you guys have a different version of what was going on in your life at that time. Because have you noticed, Kassaundra, that a lot of times someone can be in a room and not see something happen?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Because you are wrapped up into your own world. And a lot of times people don't really understand what that means. What's between your ears is your world. And even though you're in the world with other individuals, like Kassaundra and I are having a conversation right now, but with Kassaundra and I having a conversation, she's having a conversation in her head, I'm having a conversation in my head, I'm looking at the comments as well, which means that I might have, let's say that I'm looking at the comments from YouTube, I might have missed the comment from Facebook. And that doesn't mean that it diminishes the comment or diminishes anyone else's perception. It just means that you're giving it from your perception. I really can appreciate what you said there. So when you wrote the book, and you wrote it from your perspective, and right now I'm reading the comments. I want to read a couple of them to you in case you didn't see them. The book is worth reading. Ready for the next one. I think it says Tiona. I want to make sure I pronounce that right. Then we have excellent book. The book is amazing. So obviously we have some supporters out there who have gotten that copy of that book, and I want to make sure that you guys get a copy of the book as well. I mean, I'm not bringing these authors on here just to tell the story. We're telling the story so you guys understand the depth behind the story, so you can get a copy and you can get deep into the story. And we Zelda, she says, yes, we all saw something different. We all know what our mom went through, and we all know her faith in God sustained her. Absolutely. And I appreciate Zelda for chiming in and saying, echoing what you said, that everyone saw something different, because it's life. It's just how life is. And we all want someone to feel the way we feel. It's like, I tell people I don't argue. I don't argue because you have your perception, I have my perception. Neither of us are wrong, in all honesty, because you're perceiving the situation from your eyes and I'm perceiving it from mine. So I've learned to sometimes to respectfully just disagree, or respectfully understand you have a point and I have a point, and how do we get to a solution? That's all I've been worried about, the solution. So considering that you came from your standpoint of your mom, can you give us a little insight without telling all the tell-all about what's actually in the books, Kassaundra? I'm ready for that. What's inside the book?
Well, inside the book, you're going to be, on a roller coaster ride of all different types of emotions and feelings. It will give you the insight into, from the start where my mom grew up in the South in Arkansas until she, got married, her first marriage to my father, and the divorce she went through, and then married my stepfather, and all that she endured through 2 marriages. And it also will give you a glimpse into what it took for her to, I won't necessarily say be broken, but she was broken, but she was broken in a way that allowed her to be spiritually lifted up, to be spiritually fed, and to be put on that path that God had made for her, in direction that she was supposed to go, and to be blossom into someone that wasn't a complainer, or she didn't allow what her everyday natural life state to overshadow what the spiritual realm that God was putting her on. And because of that, she decreased herself, increased God, and people saw that she was willing to serve and not necessarily serve so she out of, what I want people to know what I'm going with. And that was the forefront of her story. You didn't even know what she was dealing with while she was serving, because she allowed God to be the forefront of everything she was doing. And in spite of everything she was going through, she still served in a way that lifted others and lifted their spirits. So I'm gonna tell you now, the roller coaster of emotions, because you're gonna be up and down. It's like, you know what? The feelings of despair, the of sorrow, emotions of gratefulness. You have anger at times. You want to cry at times. There's this, feeling of trust, forgiveness, faith. I mean, there's so many things that you're going to go through in this book that everybody gets something different out of. I've had many people wrote me, it's like, oh my goodness, this is, showed me or gave me the direction that where I need to go. This is just solidifying this. Or, you know what? Hey, I just saw and read what she just did, and it makes me want to go back and ask for forgiveness or forgive someone for doing something. So it's just a roller coaster, and you've got to be prepared because it's short, but it's impactful.
I'm already ready to read it, guys, and I'm a firm believer. I only read nonfiction. That's just my thing, Kassaundra. If it was fiction, I wouldn't even be talking about it, reading it. But that's just my way. I'm not here to say there's anything wrong with fictional books. I just read. There's enough nonfiction things that have happened in life that I don't want to get involved with the fiction side of writing currently. But my question to you is, seeing all those things in your life, how did that impact you and start you on your journey? And as you said in the very beginning, where you were talking about your track and your skirt, but seeing your mom and the things that she went through, see how she overcame those things and how she was resilient, and because the show is about how to be brilliant in your resilience. And with that, just hearing your story lets me know that your mom, she found that. So how did that affect you and allow you to move forward in your journey?
Well, watching her as I was younger, I didn't really, grasp the magnitude of what I was going through at the time and seeing such a powerful person. But it was definitely something as I continued through. And, people asked me when I was in college, who was your, biggest inspiration or your mentor, so forth. And the one person I always go back to was my mother. Unbeknownst to me, because number one, it seemed like the right thing to do to say all the time, because she was a great mother, but because I started recognizing the strength that she had, what she endured, almost being a single mother, to take on so much, and the strength that she displayed no matter what. We didn't have much, but you would never tell because, we was always a meal on the table. She always got us up, going to church, going to school, doing whatever we needed to do. And let me tell you something, when I think back and saw what I saw, it just made me a stronger person because I started internalizing and understanding, what? That's not what I want. And I got to be better. I got to be stronger, and so forth. So she kind of pushed me to want more for myself. And my expectation was, what? I like your strength, Mom, but I'm going to even be more stronger in that strength. When I'm just saying that from a natural standpoint and not so much from a spiritual standpoint. So it just made me want and desire more and not want to endure what she did and put my next step. It's like, what? I'm going to avoid these pitfalls as much as I can.
I will say I really appreciate that statement, Kassaundra. I really, really appreciate it, and being that I tell my kids, utilize my story to be the reason that you go past that landmine. And as a coach, I also am a leadership coach, and I tell people that as a coach, when you're having those conversations with people, you're having those conversations so they don't make the same mistakes you do. You want people to learn from your mistakes. And sometimes people tend to repeat, especially when it's a parent. You tend to repeat some of the same mistakes because that's your first learner. That's the first thing you learn. First person you learn from are your parents. So a lot of times we fall into repeating as opposed to starting a new life or a different type of life. And for you, did you see that you at any point in time that you were going down the same path, and that's where you had a split in the road where you're like, okay, I don't want to make some of the same mistakes that I saw at this point in time. I want to make sure that I immediately get some assistance to make different choices.
Well, you know what? In my mind, I would say, no, I didn't go down the exact same path as her. But when I rehash and think about my life, there are areas that, yes, I did start seeing myself. And it is true when they say you are a product of your environment, because, there are times when you catch yourself and you're like, you know what? I would not stand for this, or I wouldn't do this. But then you find yourself doing that, maybe not to the same degree, but to some degree you are following yourself, and you have to catch that and recognize it and start saying, no, this is the wrong direction, wrong path, let me get back on course. And that's where I hopefully, did my best to try to recognize that. Oh yeah, there was many times where, what, I've gone through a lot, and this is like, why? Told myself I would never do that, or I would never, say this, but it happens, and that is just life. And you have to correct it when you identify it. And am I ashamed of how I was brought up? No, I'm not ashamed anymore. You may be younger when I was younger, but now this was the road, the path that I think God had me on, because it was to build me to be a stronger, better person as I got older. And it is what it is.
So I want to say I can that statement there it tells the whole story that we might be prone to repeat some of those things, but as we see those things take place, it's that pivot, and that's what I was speaking about before you jumped on. Is that pivot in life? It's when you pivot past. No, something took place. A roadblock took place. An obstacle happened, or something that you are repeating that you're like, this is not the life in which I want to lead. And you put a stop to it, and you become self-aware, like, okay, this isn't what I want for Kassaundra's life. And if that's not what I want for Kassaundra's life, I need to make a change and pivot to the road in which I want to walk down. And there's going to be pitfalls on that road as well. But it's knowing that what you do want and what you don't want, and then as you start growing and you grow into the person that you're going to become. So my question is, what's next for Kassaundra? So we got our book out here. So when was the book actually put out? Because I didn't see when it was put out.
The book was actually released in December of last year, 2024. It was kind of quite ironic, because the year before, I had said that I was going to write the book, and then a year later, if God, if this is what you want me to do, then you allow me to find the time, the resources, everything to really commit to it and do it. Because I'm a busy life. You got a son in basketball, football, everything. Life is lifing, finding that time. So when I committed to it and God told me, yes, this is the time, exactly 1 year later, I finished that book. And so I knew it was meant for me to write it. So it got released in December, and I've just been on a warpath now of really going out there and pushing it and trying to make sure that the word is out that, what, hey, this is a book you want to read, and it's available. So.
That's awesome to hear. So what's up next?
Wow. Well, I keep hearing everybody say, where is book two? I couldn't put this book down until I finished it completely. I want to know what happens. What happened to your siblings? What happened to you? How did you guys take it? And, I'm just like, whoo, let me just grasp and enjoy this ride for a second. And, I'm going to have to pray about it. Like Lord said, okay, put that second book out and continue the story. Then I will do that. So I don't mind telling my story too, on how I ended up or what happened to me as I moved on past, my mother's saga.
Okay, so that for what I heard, guys, is that there's a book too if God puts it on her. So because I heard several times in the chat, where's the next book? When is the next book coming out? So, guys, so Kassaundra, where can the people find the book, and where can everyone find you?
Well, I am on Facebook and Instagram with Kassaundra Hester. You can find me, and the book you can actually purchase online with Amazon as well as bookbaby.com.
All right, guys. So I want to thank you, Kassaundra, for stopping by My Radio Chicago Wake Up CEO today and dropping that information about the book. Guys, get your copy. I know the link is also in the chat. If you guys are listening to this on the radio, please go to my Facebook page or go to my YouTube page and go in those comments and get the book. Get the book, get the book. So then you guys can be on here next telling the story about how the book touched you. So we can bring Kassaundra back and you guys can say, hey, Kassaundra, this is how the book touched me. What happened next? And then she's going to tell y'all, this is the book of what happened next. So we're going to bring her back once we get that second book out here. So I want you guys to stay locked in for the Leadership 3-Point Play and actually jumping into the ownership piece of how to be brilliant and resilient right here on My Radio Chicago, Support District Radio. You already know it is more than radio. Can you hear me still?
Yes.
We bout to kick down the door. Plant them new seeds, watch them grow. We bout to run up the millions, need financial freedom for all of my folks. Yeah, we building leverage to change the complexion.
Is that the end of it?
Empower my people to go elevate and be great. That's the shit that I'm on. Let's go. Stand up, 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 keep much stand up. Stand up, don't stand up, stand up, stand up. Hey, you can't be walking around broke. You better go get the bag. You better not give up hope. You can't be going outside. You got the power of God deep inside you, man. You better get off your ass. Your passion, the vehicle that's gonna drive you. Now go put your foot on the gas. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, don't stand up, stand up, keep much stand up, stand up, don't stand up, stand up, stand up.
Peace to the gods and the earth. May every verse that I write bring insight to the minds that's lost. Just what we do it for.
Body. Feet to the floor, fists lifted, I'm feeling like a panther. Power to the people from Tallahassee to Madagascar. Spooked by the door, I infiltrated this black magic. Took accountability, healing from all my bad habits. Universe bent to my will, empowered by my blackness. Do you know who you effing with? I feel like Mike Blackston. Die for the people, ain't nothing new. I've been used to crashing. Judge slam gavel, he battled me with a racist passion. Stand up, chin up with your hands up. Chest out, know that this your land, bruh. Embrace your beauty, they can't stand us. Don't want your reparations, they play it foul like I and one. My ancestor died for the cause. I align with the gods, I'm assigned to this war. Right until my lines turn to art. Speak for the ones with no voice that's in the crowd lost.
Stand up, 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 don't stand up, stand up, keep much stand up, stand up, don't stand up, stand up, stand up.
All right, and welcome back to My Radio Chicago Support District Radio, where you guys already know that it is more than radio. Man, we had the pleasure of having Kassaundra Hester on here, giving us the opportunity to get locked in. I appreciate Kassaundra for stopping by, getting locked in with us, and make sure you guys go ahead and get a copy of that book. I want to make sure that we get to the commercial side as well. If you guys are inspiring coaches and you are looking for an opportunity to be on a TV show, we are now looking for you. We're looking for season 2 of CEO Mastermind. I am looking for 10 individuals who are ready to take the leap. Not the leap of faith, but the leap of action. So if you are a coach or someone who's aspiring to be a coach and you're looking for the technique, you're looking for a roadmap, join the CEO Mastermind Season 2 that will be coming out in December. So get locked in. The link will be below for you guys to sign up for the next season. Now, as we jump back into being brilliant in your resilience, we were speaking about how you're going to own. Your ownership means you're going to stop circling pain. We're going to stop circling pain, and we're going to start moving towards getting rid of saying I'm stuck. And we're going to say I'm already made it through. This is just a process of arriving. Because when we are making the decision that we are no longer going to live in fear of what has happened, we are now going to stand up beyond the failure. We are now no longer worried about the no. We are now thinking of how to turn a no into a yes within us. And to start doing that, we have to take that mental shift, change the way we think, which changes the way we move. We're going to reframe those setbacks as proof. This is how you're going to own brilliance in your resilience. Each obstacle you survive is proof of your brilliance. When you survive a challenge, that's proof that you can make it happen. You are the social proof that you can do anything. The word impossible doesn't exist. What does the shirt say, guys? I'm possible. And if I'm possible, the impossible can't exist in me. That's resilience. You're not focused on being scared, but you're celebrating the healing. You're celebrating getting past it. You're celebrating taking the no, coming up with a strategy that'll move a no to a yes, failure into possibilities. That is what we're going to work on. We're going to claim the victory before it even arrives. Own your future by walking like it today. The present you is moving forward towards the future you. So the present you got to get locked in. Because resilience is at the peak of saying victory is mine. I own this. So even when I don't see it yet, I see that I'm moving towards it. You want to make sure that you are locked into you are great. You are already fabulous. You've already resilient. You've shown up day after day after day. When things knocked you down from childhood, knocked you down from being a teenager, knocked you down from being in your 20s and your 30s, your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, you still stood up because you're here right now. Celebrate you, guys. We're going to celebrate you. Clap it up for you. Clap it up for you because you made it through. Now, that was brilliant. Now, that's brilliance, guys. So we're going to jump into, my favorite part of the show, the leadership 3-point play that is powered by Say I'm Possible Academy, where self-leadership gets GPS. Play 1, clear the court. Remove the clutter mentally and physically. Name the lesson in the loss so you're not playing against invisible opponents. Play 2, take the shot. Stay tall, speak strong, and make the move. Empowerment comes when you act with boldness instead of hesitation. Play 3, own the win. Even if it's a small step forward, claim it. Resilience is built one possession at a time. What you own, you grow. That is from Say I'm Possible Academy. That is the Leadership 3-point play. So guys, we are now at the end of the show. I have had an awesome time, had an awesome guest, and had some awesome comments with some great people. I want to thank you guys for checking out Wake Up CEO, staying locked in with me and cheering me on and bringing that energy to the show. And every week, I want you guys to know that I want to thank you, the esteemed guest, Kassaundra, for joining me this week. I want you guys to remember that we don't react to problems. We're claiming our wins and we're owning them. And until next week, CEOs, right here on Wake Up CEO, Wednesdays from 3 to 5 p.m., I want you guys to stay up, out, and moving to the greatness we all know lies within who? You. See you next week right here on My Radio Chicago.
Do you feel stuck? Like your dreams are just out of reach? It's time to change that narrative. Use life's setbacks to fuel the fire within. I'll walk you through the exact steps I took to move from $7 an hour to multiple six-figure success. The roadmap includes practical strategies, real-world mindset shifts, and the habits that help me rise against the odds. Welcome to #Poverty to Six Figures, a journey that goes beyond just financial success. This is about breaking free from the cycle and claiming your desires, transforming your life, unlocking your potential, and finally living the life you deserve. Get your copy today and start your journey towards financial freedom. Are you ready?
6 figures couldn't change my mind.